Mordo beating R23.
Yeah.
Now he's going for the run back against Ryzon, so let's see how it goes.
Mordo as well looked insane in that stock, to be fair. Like, as much as it was an upset, you wouldn't have actually known it was an upset looking at it because Mordo controlled it really well. The set earlier between Ryzon and R23, as we were saying, finished 2-1 to R23. I don't know if you were you there watching that set?
I commentated.
You commentated, yeah. Funny story with that one. I thought the Ryzon won.
Yeah.
Because what happened was when me and Stylo were warming up,
yeah.
we were just playing some friendlies. We looked in the stream, and for some reason it said Ryzon was 1-0 up in the stream during game 1. So we then came over to watch and thought we were watching game 2, which R23 then won.
Is this why you scream?
Yeah, this is why I screamed. And then we thought we were watching game 3, which Ryzon then won. So I thought Ryzon's won, brilliant. Okay. And I let out a yes.
Yeah.
And then everyone just kind of looked at me, like everyone just kind of went, "Yeah, it's just a game, mate. Like it's still a game to go." And I'm like, "What?"
So I don't want to massively repeat myself because I did say some stuff that's fun about this matchup. But all I said was that Ryzon's really good at Cheek, and he is.
Well, you'll have experience that yourself.
Me and him used to go back and forth this matchup all the time.
Yeah.
So he's really comfortable in this matchup. He's really good at essentially camping, which I think is like a really strong.
Yeah. Ryzon's a very patient Fox player.
I think it's like a strong thing for Foxes to do. It's not. I know people don't like it sometimes because it's not considered very cool.
Yeah.
But it's certainly really optimal, especially against characters like Sheik. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Ryzon is a very patient player, to be fair. Like just in general. I can't remember who it was earlier. I think it might have actually been Lil Chief that I was speaking to, because Lil Chief was due to play Ryzon in bracket. And I was saying about how Ryzon's been playing really well recently in the online tournaments. You know, Sunday Night Heat, Wednesday Night Melee. And Lil Chief's comment was, "Oh, he just dash dances in the corner." Like he is a very patient Fox.
But like when people say that about players, I get a little bit annoyed. So I'm like, well, yeah, but people don't know how to beat it. Like, yeah. I mean, I would say even just already R23 looking a bit more composed than he was this afternoon.
Yeah, especially in the last set.
I think this is something that I picked up on this morning as well, but like the thing that I think, like Ryzon's punish game is excellent, his neutral's pretty good, but he like his recovery is really like formulaic, and once a Sheik figures out what your recovery is going to be like, it's really hard to avoid getting edge guard.
Having watched Ryzon a lot recently, like through like streams for tournaments, that like having watched him a lot recently, that's his weakest point of his game in my opinion, is recovery. I don't think he's recovering his edge guarding. Like I think his neutral's very good, but then once he gets to the ledge, he kind of struggles a little bit.
I think he gives up. I think he's like, oh, I'm this far off the stage. I've been needled, so I'm just going to do like a really simple edge recovery back to stage.
Yeah.
And it's funny because whenever I play against Foxes, as soon as I knock them away, I just desperately want them to die, because like they always come back and they always.
Very convincing game 1 for R23. 3 stocks.
He's looking like he's plugged in.
Yeah, Ryzon just kind of needs to keep composed, try and come back.
Not an easy thing to do.
Not at all, no. Especially against R23, a player who was seeded to finish third or fourth.
Like that, third or fourth.
But obviously, you know, the upset from Mordo.
But you know, Ryzon looking good. Ryzon probably was not seeded to be playing top
Absolutely
8,
not, no. Ryzon wasn't seeded to be top 8, so really finishing above his seed. So even if he loses a set against one of the best players in the country, he can still hold his head high, you know?
Yeah. This is a tough stage. This is just a really unpleasant way to fight Fox on FD.
Yeah.
There's just nowhere to go. Also, you've got a lower ceiling, so you can die quite early to some stuff.
Yeah.
You get edge guarded horrifically, and it's just really unpleasant to play.
Yeah, that's something I didn't see Ryzon take. Yeah, Ryzon taking advantage of as much last game as well. The edge guards.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Sheik can, at times, be easier to edge guard, because if you just hold ledge, wait for her up B to land, and then react to wherever it lands, then you know it can be quite easy to.
Once you get her off the stage, she's got a bit of percent on her. It should be good.
Should be game. Yeah.
Her recovery is really bad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I don't want to get hit by the poof, and I don't want to, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it's just a matter of being composed. Like if you lab that out, it's remarkable how easy it can look as a non-Fox player when I'm getting edge guarded by good Foxes.
Yeah. So I just felt like Ryzon wasn't really doing that last game.
So the next, I feel like what's happening here is that Ryzon was able to deal with the first level of R23's like grab pressure, which he was doing like forward air jab, and now he's forward air jab grab, and so Ryzon started to counter that, and instead he's mixed that up and started throwing in the down smash as well. So
yeah, it's like that. You're just waiting for Sheik to land, and then reacts to it well. Much better from Ryzon. Just need to wait and see if he manages to continue that, you know.
R23 once explained the Sheik Fox matchup to me like, Sheik's got this bag of tricks. Like Fox wins, she's got this bag of tricks, and as soon as she runs out of tricks, it's game over.
Yeah.
So you need to win the set before the Fox
realise that, yeah.
Before they figure out all your stupid little tricks.
You'll obviously know quite a bit about both these players as well. Obviously, R23 being your doubles partner earlier, Ryzon, you've played for years in the Scottish scene. You know?
Yeah, I mean, Ryzon and I had, before I sort of, I guess, it's funny because ever since NTSC we never really had a set.
Yeah.
But back in the sort of PAL days, which is when I mostly played, we pretty even.
Yeah.
Overall, I think.
Really?
And it's just like, it's because his shield pressure and his punish game is really top notch.
Yeah.
Like you would be amazed at how far that can get you.
Yeah.
And then when he's quite patient and knows like when to pick his moments, it can be pretty scary.
Yeah.
But as we're saying, this game, it's not over yet.
100% not, no. Especially, you know, when you get to this level and it's two really top players, even being one full stock up, it's not really elite because it can, especially, you know, FD Sheik, that tech chasing, you know, it can change at any time. It can switch in terms of who's controlling at any time.
Like with Fox as well, just it's two punishes.
Yeah.
He hits so hard. See, and that's the thing, is often Ryzon's reaction to getting hit by a single needle is to just up B. And that's like exactly what you want as a Sheik, because that's your cue to just go down there and hit him.
Yeah.
So this is basically dead even. Sheik's got a little bit of percent on her, which is not good. Yeah, she's not going to be able to crouch cancel basically at all.
Oh, really nice shine spike from Ryzon.
Very nicely done.
Really nice.
Nice call out.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah.
And in the background of the player cam, we can see the Scotland cartel.
Got Edgy, Stylo, see the boys in the back.
Was Ryzon also in this car that arrived here at 2 in the
well,
morning?
it was me, Ryzon, and Stylo.
So
Edgy travelled down during the day and Braveheart travelled down during the
So it
day.
would seem that what he needs, what Ryzon needs, is to have no sleep the night before the tournament. Is that right?
Apparently so. To be fair though, we got a good amount of sleep because we arrived in at like 2 o'clock and the tournament wasn't until 11. So we actually, like, I got a solid like 7 hours sleep. It was great. It was great. My room was really weirdly shaped though.
Oh.
It was shaped like, it was like a parallelogram. Like, it was really weirdly shaped. Yeah.
I don't think that's the word Scottish people are really supposed to say.
Send in Ryzon indeed, Zonde. Send in Ryzon indeed.
Scary. Yeah, it's funny to me to see this because, you know, I was kind of inactive for basically the whole duration of the pandemic. So it's great to come back and see that someone like Ryzon is not only still playing, but he's still like improving. And
yeah, Ryzon, as I said, especially recently, Ryzon's been really active in the online tournaments. I'm pretty sure he's got like the most, obviously, in plug, a shameless plug, for my tournament I run on Sundays, Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, you've now mentioned that twice.
Yeah, Ryzon has the most top 8 finishes out of anyone on it.
There you go.
Yeah, so he's still improving.
Yeah.
He's still improving.
Yeah, and he's, you know, it's... Getting grabbed like that is very scary. So this is the difference between me and R23, is that immediately I would have gone off stage to try and edgeguard.
Yeah.
And the R23 style of playing is to just play super safe, stay on the stage and react to whatever, you know. Once you've got them off the stage, and in Alex's opinion, like, you've got the full stage, you've taken all of the space you can get, so just use that position of advantage to win the next engagement.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like me looks at the Fox being off stage and says, this is the point where Fox is most vulnerable to me, I'm going to get down there and try and kill him.
Both styles valid, to be fair.
Yeah, but the problem is if you lack execution, like I sometimes do, it can be tough because you can get counter hit and you can die, and you know, some of the Fox edge guards are very much like ride or die. Like if you miss them, you will die.
Yeah.
Like the classic M2K edge guard, run off nair, forward air is like excellent in killing Foxes, but if you miss, you're dead. Oh, nice pick up. It's interesting because like most of the foxes that I'll play against, when they go to Dreamland, they'll start adopting that more campy style, using lasers, dash dancing, trying to avoid confrontation. But Ryzon seems to just be going in, which again is also a completely valid way to play fox, and quite terrifying when the foxes just run at you. But it does require you to be. There you go.
Really nice up smash,
It requires you to be hitting, firing all cylinders, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ryzon probably try to maybe, you know, like catch R23 off guard. So obviously, as you were saying, a lot of foxes, as soon as you go to Dreamland, will play to the strength, which Fox's strength on this stage is just like using the space, dashing about, lasering. We are, you know, Ryzon just thinking in terms of, and me and Ryzon spoke about this earlier. Sometimes if he feels like he's playing at someone who is convincingly a better player, all he'll try and do is just get in their face.
Yeah.
Like he'll just try and rush them or just try and throw them off guard and just make it so they don't have time to react to things.
Sure.
So we could definitely see that a bit from Ryzon this set, considering R23 is obviously like PR, good player, you know. So
yeah, the difficulty there is that, you know, Sheik's picking this stage because they want to survive a bit longer and maybe they want to like have a bit more space.
Yeah.
But when the fox just gets in your face anyway, there's nothing really you can do.
Yeah.
It's quite close. Oh, nice regrab. Little stuff like that, like recognizing the percentages where you can grab again. Grab is the easily the best way to shut down fox at these percents.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to execute. And again, if you miss, you're just going to get shined and counter punished, which is tough. Yeah, he's dead. It's tough. This basically, to me, is even.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, Fox could absolutely just 0 to death here.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Oh, punish. Yeah, there you go.
But you
Game 2 to
play
R23.
perfect.
Yeah, man. Game 2 to R23.
2-1.
So Ryzon doesn't have the FD pick. Where would you expect to go here? Where would you expect to be taken?
As a Sheik, probably Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah. After I went on Dreamland, they usually go Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, some people like Yoshi's. I would recommend not taking R23 to Yoshi's. I think it's a mistake. He's really good on Yoshi's. His movement is excellent, and you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
He just like he's very comfortable on the platforms on Yoshi's.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you'll hopefully see a bit of that. I think Stadium is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say the Stadium's the best counter pick, but some of the stuff you can do on this stage is Fox. Don't underestimate Randall, or as I've been calling him recently, Tyra Banks. Don't ask. So,
Sorry, give you a weird look there.
Tyra Banks is really good and
Okay.
can save you as a Fox.
Okay.
And honestly, it's quite scary when you're a Sheik and you're like, I've killed that Fox, and they get back for you.
To be fair, I've been calling him Ralph just because I think I accidentally called him Ralph, so I didn't know his name one day, and that's just stuck.
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he should be dead. Yeah. Should be like a 5 wave shine.
Oh, it's a rough stock for Ryzon.
Yeah, that's an F.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Big damage on the Sheik, on the Fox here. Like getting that 30 to 40% is really important. Sheik needs that to be able to knock down with dash attack.
Yeah.
You can still ASDI down it to like 60, but you can start hitting them with dash attacks on regular crouch cancels at about 30. There's like a big change in the. Like if you imagine like the phase of a stock for a Sheik, that first 30% you're trying to play really. Lots of spaced aerials, lots of needles, trying to get air grabs, and then as soon as you get to that knockdown percent, you want to try and get them to that juicy 40-50%, because then you can do some filthy combos.
There you go. Ryzon at least not getting the 4 stock.
Yes, very important.
Yeah, really big up your battle hill here. Yeah.
And now R23 is just doing the classic thing of let's see how much percent I can earn for the next stock. Yeah, that's going to do it. A valiant effort.
Fair play both players. Tough draw for Ryzon getting R23 in losers quarters, you know. It's but
yeah, but